It is 3 minutes past 10 p.m. and welcome to UBC News Tonight, the last bulletin of the evening. My name is Sharon Chomjisha. We start off with a 3 days walking tour for Greater Masaka by Prime Minister Hoima University that have come to an end this Sunday with the Public Nationalist Farmers Mobilization Expo in Chanamukama and in Bukoto Central, Masaka District. In Masaka, the Premier has been in company of the former Vice President of Uganda, His Excellency Edward Kiwanuka II, as you're about to witness.
Minister Robin Nabanja's 3 days working tour in Greater Masaka sub-region, which started on Friday 28th June 2024 from Rwengo District, has ended from Masaka District. This Sunday, the Premier's National Farmers Mobilization Expo has been in Chanamukaka, Masaka District.
Nga wozirabira okutandikira ddawano bwe tuva mu nnimiro abalimi tubakubiriza okuzaanika obulungi.
Uganda Coffee Development Authority abantu baffe twabaleetedde kaawa banye ku kaawa bawulire kaawa wavudde
mu banaye Museveni
yabamu maama ono kaawa wo
neyanziza ngende mpulire eddekende banaye Museveni akawamba
Mama asimye.
She was in company of ministers Chevne Haruna Kasolo and Wino Chakulaga, Vice Chairperson NRM for Uganda Godfrey Chwanda Subi, and members of Parliament.
Mugateko okulunda enkoko naddala ez'amagi kubanga nayo bizinesi ekola ate akatale ak'amagi weekali.
Kusaba otwongeremu amaanyi waliwo programu ya NADS nga batugabira emmwanyi n'ensigo endala ne programu ebadde yayimirira ate ennaku zino abantu baffe bapiikinze nnyo okulima kuba balabye obulungi obuli mu kulima.
Emyooga tugenda zongeramu buli mwaka tugenda kwongera miliyoni 20 sobole okugasa abantu baffe. Enkulaakulana endala bannange egenda kujja. Kasita mutulaba maama Prime Minister tukwebaza. Bino byonna tebyabeeranga eno. Twabiwuliranga eyo mu site Masaka ng'oluusi gye bikoma naye kaakati biri wano.
The former Vice President of Uganda, also the son of the soil, Edward Kiwanuka II, graced the expo.
Era nkwebaza ebyonna byokoze mu programu eno gye watandikako eddako naye ate kaakati eri wano ekyannamukaaka eri wano Bukoto Central. Tukwebaza nnyo era tetulina doubt yonna mu ggwe era naffe tujja kukukwatirako buli kintu osobole okubiyitamu bulungi ate okwate nakani duute endala ate ey'okuyamba Pulezidenti Museveni kubanga naye agenda kwongera okutulabirira. Nolwekyo nkwebaza nnyo nkwebaliza ddala.
Later, the leader of government business in Parliament addressed the gathering.
Kyatukosezza explain ekirala kulaba nga tubaleetera exhibitors abantu abalina ebintu bino bye mukozesa kubanga tulina okulwanisa ebintu bya fake ku katale. Mukimanyi ebimu bye mukozesa fake, the fake inputs on the market. Tekyatukosezza wano mulabe nti ebintu ebyo nammwe mubiraba ebirungi.
The message during such events is mainly about improving livelihoods of communities.
Akati twagala mwongere nnyo mu kulima, buli muntu yenyigire mu kulima, naddala abavubuka mwenyigire mu kulima. Census yalaze nti abavubuka muli bangiko. Tubasaba mwenyigire mu kulima. Okulima mukulekedde abakadde. Mwagala ndokwa mugenda mu PDM ojeyo akakadde ka sente ogendo okulemu endokwa twazirabye muno mweziri.
This expo was dominated by outcries arising from land wrangles.
Mukirabye tubadde tulina ebizibu by'ettaka naye ebizibu by'ettaka bisinga kuva mu famire zammwe nga RDC bwe yakyogedde. Katusaba bakama bammwe bataata bammwe bajjajja okubalungamya ate mulekera okugabanyagabanya ettaka. Waliwo
Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Minister of State for Energy and Mineral Development, Honorable Okasai Opolot, has officially launched a multi-million-dollar power connection to the Kakagate underground water source in Nyabshozi, Chilhore district. This initiative aims to significantly increase the supply of pumped water for both domestic use and production.
Championed by MP Wilson Kajwenje and supported by MP Twinobusinge Renduru, the power connection aims to solve water scarcity in 5 local areas. During the commissioning ceremony, Minister Opolot emphasized the importance of community ownership and protection of the electric infrastructure to prevent vandalism.
I'm handing this line to the local leaders, LOC 1, LOC 2, LOC 3 up to LOC 5. Please, including the religious leaders, take a message that vandalism on the lines, you are actually destroying your own infrastructure. And it's you who misses a service. Guard this infrastructure jealously as your own.
Jwenje highlighted the project's pivotal role in ensuring round-the-clock water supply and extending access to more residents, urging environmental stewardship through initiatives like the Greening Nyabshozi campaign.
The project has one big challenge. It is not connected onto the electricity grid and relies on a generator. This limits the reach of the pumped water, not reliable and expensive. As a result, there is regular rationing of water. With schools opening and dry season coming, there is immense demand for water for consumption, and as a result, people are threatening to demonstrate.
Residents of Kakagate expressed gratitude for the transformative impact of electricity provision facilitated by their leaders and the government.
This is not a power project, it's a water project. But what makes it a power project? Because it was not being useful to the community. Now that power is here, Ntushaba, Ngu community around Sanga Town Council, Sanga, Rwabarata, Nebyaro byone ebyetoriraha, Ntushaba ngo bahawe amashanyarazi.
District Woman Member of Parliament Twinobusinge Giovannis Renduru stressed the inseparable link between electricity, water and development.
In more news, Hoima city leaders and stakeholders in the region have petitioned the Chief of Defence Forces, General Mhozi Kainerugaba, through the National Vice Chairperson of PLU, Chairman Wajira Michael Kaguta, for the establishment of a public university in the Bunyoro sub-region. The request was made during a Thanksgiving event for the Bunyoro sub-region PLU at Bomber Grounds in Hoima City. As Justin Nakami reports, the leaders highlighted the urgent need for a public university to provide affordable education and skilled labor opportunities for the locals.
Bunyoro is one of the 3 major sub-regions in the country without a public university, alongside Karamoja in Bugisu. This has hindered many locals, especially from average families, from attaining higher education. Against this backdrop, the leadership of the Bunyoro sub-region, particularly from Hoima, during a PLU Thanksgiving ceremony at Bomber Grounds, presented their petition to the CDF, General Mhozi Kainerugaba, urging him to influence the government to establish a public university in Hoima.
Nitusabangu mwakinolojinge uniqueness ya Bunyoro kurarango mutwe tuli special nebisibwe byetu ebiri unique habakuba tukiagonza affirmative action habintu ebindi nokira muna amataka land ownership and use ebyo kusoma ebyo bwomezi nebintu ebindi Bunyoro still needs affirmative action.
The Lord Mayor of Hoima City emphasized the crucial need for a public university, stating that it would provide education for the natives and enable locals to benefit from skilled labor opportunities in the oil, airport and stadium projects currently under construction.
Been operating without a public university, but although at a later time the king requested Gulu and brought Gulu University to operate here. But it has been a cry for the people.
He also cited other challenges hindering the development of Hoima City.
We don't have road unit to make sure, like other districts, to make sure we maintain our roads. So we are depending on borrowing from our neighbors, but sometimes we find they are working and we can't wait. So, and our budget, sometimes we find that we spend money on hiring.
The Bishop-elect of Bunyoro Chitara, Jacob Atweliho, who led the Thanksgiving procession, urged the people of Hoima to live and protect their country and conserve the environment. He discouraged construction in wetlands.
Otrantu tugonze ihanga lyaitu tugonzanga n'enkabantu tugonze bimera tugonze bisoro tugonze bisaru tugonze the environment kandi turapina omutima gugonza ki ihanga lyaitu.
The National Vice Chairman, Michael Wajira, who represented the Chief of Defense Forces, General Mohoske Nerugaba, rallied the Hoima locals to support the core values of NRM. He urged the locals of Hoima to vote for individuals who would develop their region, given the opportunities presented by Kabalega Airport and the oil industry in the region.
Government eje chiruho kandi byone kitambuzi hanga ryo maiso neyenda abantu ngo bagira obusinge abantu bagira entasya abuko byona President Museveni byona bikozeri imumuru mogwanyu no kureba ngo mwamwongera yo maiso.
The day concluded with various SNUP members crossing over to the Patriotic League of Uganda.
Uganda's bustling capital city is home to over 1.5 million residents. Now situated on a series of hills and surrounded by wetlands, the city's unique topography significantly influences its drainage system. Of course, with this, Kampala's drainage network includes natural channels, man-made drains, and a series of wetlands that act as a natural buffer against flooding. However, due to climate change and encroachment on wetland areas, the drainage channels in Kampala cannot accommodate the overflowing waters on a good rainy day, equally with man's encroachment on the drainage system. Emon Gabo at the sequel of a poor drainage system and the dilemma it pursues to life and water safety that many Ugandans feed on.
It is to a fact that Kampala City accommodates more than 2 million people on a working day. The increased number of dwellers has forced encroachment on its natural resources. When it rains, the city experiences frequent and severe flooding, particularly in low-lying areas. This is largely due to rapid urbanization, poor waste management, and the degradation of natural water channels. The flooding in Kampala is driven by several key factors, including the rapid, unplanned urban growth that has led to the encroachment on wetlands and the construction of buildings in flood-prone areas. This reduces the land's natural ability to absorb rainfall. The poor waste management and improper disposal of waste blocks drainage channels, causing water to overflow into streets in residential areas.
In 2016-2017, KCCA developed what is called the Kampala Drainage Master Plan. This was funded by the World Bank, of course a loan secured by government, and the master plan is very clear. The master plan addresses issues of the various types of drainage channels. We have the primary channels. These are the biggest channels, like Nachifubo, like Nalukorongo, like Kansanga. There are about 8 of them, primary channels. Now, there are channels which feed into the primary channels, and these are called secondary channels. An example, when you see Rubiji, which we have re-engineered, it is a primary channel. When you look at Nakamilo, which is feeding into Rubiji, it's a secondary channel.
This is Lubiji drainage, one of the most critical drainage channels in Kampala, and one of the city's major wetlands, serving as a vital flood control mechanism. However, it has faced significant challenges over the years. Encroachment by settlements, industrial waste, and siltation has severely compromised Lubiji's ability to manage flood waters. This has led to frequent and severe flooding in areas such as Waise and Kalere, causing extensive damage to property and infrastructure.
For example, we may actually have cleared a culvert. You come during the day, you peep there is nothing. Now when it rains, after rain and you look there, you find there pampas, you find there banana peels, you find there bovera, everything coming from up where garbage has been now dumped and comes into drainage channels. I want to ask the people and the citizens of Kampala, let's manage our solid waste responsibly. We shouldn't dump it anywhere because it will help us also to manage floods.
In response to these challenges, the Kampala Capital City Authority, KCCA, has undertaken several interventions to improve the Luigi drainage system and mitigate flooding in Kampala, including infrastructure improvements, expanding and upgrading the drainage infrastructure to increase their capacity to handle heavy rainfall. While significant progress has been made, the fight against flooding in Kampala is ongoing.
We've put new culverts, we've cleared upstream and downstream, and another one at Soyabunga doing exactly the same things. We wanted to overcome flooding in these areas because of El Nino, great rains that have been happening in these areas. There's been some flooding, but now that is history. We've taken care of that, and we are very thankful that government has enabled us to invest in the roads and the drainages.
CCA continues to explore innovative solutions such as the integration of green infrastructure and improved urban planning to create a more resilient city. Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Justin Nakami. The Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Anita Annette Among, has urged the people of Rakai district to be hardworking and love their country for the betterment of their future and their children. Her message was read by the State Minister for Education and Sports, Peter Ogwang, who represented her in Buyamba County in Rakai district, where the area Member of Parliament, Honorable Semwanga Javira, was giving away 5 cars, tents to parish, water tents, tanks and truck vehicles for their development. Take a look.
In a bid to develop the community, the Javira Foundation, led by the Buyamba County MP Honorable Semwanga Javira, has begun empowering the local population.
Tulaunchinga tent eza Honorable Juliet Subi ngawe muziraba waggulu wano ate wamuneza Honorable Semwanga Javira ngawe muziraba wansi. Emotoka muzirabye ebiseera ebyedda abavubuka be bakimanga amazzi ku mbaga kati twagala muberenga mulowooza byankulaakulana na kukola amazzi emotoka tugireese.
The Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Anita Annette Among, has supported this foundation with 50 million Uganda shillings.
Javira Foundation. Come. This is the money from the Right Honourable Speaker to support the Javira Foundation here in Rakai. 50 million shillings. Clap for her.
Speaking to his constituents, Honorable Semwanga Javira expressed and held their commitment to development.
The people of Rakai should be in unity with their leaders. In case of any development, any message that we need to pass to the community, they should listen to us as leaders so that we can demand for what we want with one voice.
The Rakai District Woman MP, Julie Kinyamatama, called upon President Museveni to construct the Isinji Rakai Road for smooth running of businesses.
Rakai Ntanta Mushirodi amawulire genza bozeeyo ogambe President Museveni ne Speaker wa Parliament nti abantu be Rakai bakwagala nnyo ate bakulonda ate era bajja kuddamu bakulonde naye tusaba ekintu kintu kimu tusaba korasi yaffe gye baludde nga batusuubiza.
We do not have even a single crystal, not even a tarmac in the whole constituency. Our district community access roads, they are all impassable. We have been trying to liaise with the Ministry of Works, but nothing has been done in a special way. We want to request the government to listen to the cries of the people of Rakai, because we are farmers, and if we do not have where to pass our commodities, our agricultural products, nothing we can yield in future for our livelihood.
The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Mong, through Honorable Peter Ogwang, emphasized hard work and patriotism.
They want to promise you there's nothing NRM pledges which it does not fulfill. It might take time, but it is coming and we're going to do it.
In more stories, the Minister for Kampala, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, has tasked parents to take collective responsibility in nurturing their children. The minister was at Mbogo High School in Kawempe Division today.
The issue of child upbringing has become contentious, drawing the attention of politicians.
Necessities of life, but all in all, we must ensure that we keep a keen eye. We bring up these learners in an upright manner, whereby they'll end up benefiting the nation and the generation at large. So in summary, it is quite a very nice theme of the day, and it is checking on many parents, probably who had relaxed via their child responsibilities and upbringing.
Minister for Kampala, Hajat Minsa Kabanda, says schools must collaborate with parents to curb increasing drug abuse among students. Hajat Minsa Kabanda, an alumni, was speaking at the music, dance and drama activities at Mbogo High School located in Kawempe Division.
Abana ne bayiwa omwenge mu mugaati n'aguleeta, mwana n'ateeka enjaga mu mugaati, waliwo gwe baakutte mu ssomero erimu ng'obundaazi babusiikiramu enjaga asobole okuba ng'asobola okugiryako. Ebyo naffe tubirabyeko era nga bituufu nnyo, naye nga tusaba Allah abikingirize wano bireme kubeerawo.
The school director, Hajati Zawujandifuna Matovu, acknowledged government's effort in education of the girl child and appealed for support to co-curricular activities.
Recognize the role, the contribution that we are making to education in this country. But for this school especially, the contribution it is making towards the girl child. We invest a lot of money. Tugenda kubateeka mu tiketi bagende bazanye bakomeyo n'ebikopo byebiri naye batukola bubi obutatulabawo banaye situmye nkoze eki.
Our girls of badminton are going to represent Uganda in Bahrain come October, but not forgetting we are the champions in the All African Secondary Schools Badminton Championships.
Robert Katamba, UBC News.
In recent news, education experts in Uganda have called on the government to enhance homeschooling systems as a means of fostering innovation in the education sector. Now, this call to action was reiterated during a meeting with the National Curriculum Development Center and advocates for homeschooling.
Commander of the South Sudan's Stabilization Mechanism, Major General Diko Loom, has challenged young people to embrace technical education as army and police in the country need skills people in the current recruitment.
Today some of you are employed, and that's the pride of this technical institute. Even in the Uganda People's Defense Forces, the UPDF, or the Uganda Police, Uganda Prison Services, there are very many opportunities. And when we talk of specialists or professionalists, we need them from graduates of an institution like this.
This year's graduation is the first of its kind at the Ora Technical Institute, War in Zombo District, with 1,063 graduates who have been attaining certificates in technical and vocational education training since inception of the school in 1985. Principal of the school, Okoda Buka, explains why graduation ceremonies have not been taking place at Ora Technical Institute.
To celebrate the success of our dear alumni
who sat for their examinations from 1985 up to the year 2023. It's a long spell of time because the leaders whom I came and got before were not able to organize for this.
Oyesije Onesimus, the Executive Director of Uganda Business and Technical Education Board, UBTEB, says technical education is no longer an option but a necessity in education sector across the world.
Guardian sponsors, I feel indebted to you for appreciating technical and vocational education and training as a career option for your children. I'm convinced that you'll have no regrets for this. When you do a skills-based course, you get employment.
Out of the 1,063 graduates, 51 were ladies. Education stakeholders expressed concern over poor turn-up by communities in Alur land who are not embracing vocational training at Ora Technical Institute, with worse being for the girl child.
Actually, Zombo district is one of the worst districts in West Nile with the low rate of girl child education. So we need to work together, government, civil society, academia, private sector, and parents, to encourage the girls to study.
It is the perception of the community. So all the girls who come here, we admit them under government in order to attract many others to come. And we have done this for the last 3 years.
Ora Technical Institute is among technical schools in Western Nile that has produced many Ugandans in the current job market. That's why the World Bank has supported the school through President Museveni's Skilling Uganda project, where the school received facilities for road construction and maintenance course. Joseph Odama, UBC News.
Right there was Major General Dick Olum advocating for students to make sure that once they graduate, they're able to perform well and do so much to improve and work for their lives and betterment of their lives. Now, moving on from that story, in the recent news, education experts in Uganda have called on the government to enhance homeschooling system as a means of fostering innovation in the education sector. We have a detailed report on this story. Take a look.
In a recent meeting, educational specialists, along with the representatives from the National Curriculum Development Center and homeschooling advocates, emphasized the need to boost the homeschooling framework in the country.
My message to the government is to recognize that homeschooling is not new. It is actually the education system that got us to the place where we are. Formal education in the way we know it is as old as 1887, when the missionaries came here and they started schools. But prior to that, what was happening? We had education, and it was home-based, it was parent-led, it was private.
The experts highlighted several benefits of homeschooling and argued that a more robust homeschooling system could address some of the current limitations within the traditional education settings.
Have you ever thought about it that the graduates of our traditional education system, all of them could find work to do? But today we are talking about 400,000 graduates every year from our universities. About 30,000 are the ones who get into the job market. What happened? So there could be things we can learn from that system. So bringing it back today can help us to actually reap the benefits of that home-based, parent-led private education that it had.
Would like to be embraced. We want to belong. Right now we seem to be doing something, yes, at family level, but if the government can recognize the power of what we are doing and recognize and appreciate just how much effort and sacrifice we have put in nurturing tomorrow's generation, it would help us a lot. For example, we pray that homeschooling can be a whole sector under Ministry of Education, so that we begin to follow. There are many homeschoolers, excellent children. When you meet them, you will appreciate.
The National Curriculum Development Center expressed its commitment to exploring these suggestions and working towards integrating homeschooling into the broader educational framework.
Ministry of Education and Sports guided that NCDC develops a policy brief to guide the ministry on coming up with a policy on homeschooling in Uganda. So far, the journey is at the level of the policy brief. We await for an opportunity time to share it with Ministry of Education and Sports where it is, and that will feed into what the policy on homeschooling will look like.
As discussions continue, advocates of homeschooling are hopeful that these efforts will lead to a more dynamic and inclusive education system in Uganda. Nahoho Rashid Matselele for UBC TV.
In more stories, parents have been tasked to support their children's participation in co-curricular activities at schools to nurture their talents for the future. Now, during the sports day at Nakasero Primary School, Nelly Chelengat, a representative of parents, highlighted the significant impact of athletics in Sebei sub-region, emphasizing how it has positively contributed to the development of the region. Take a look.
I come from the mountains, and this is one of our best sports. And I encourage every parent, encourage your child, if they are running, encourage them to run, not only for today, not only for the sports day in Nakasero, but even their future. It's good for health, financially going forward, it's very good for the children. So I encourage you parents, encourage your children to participate in whatever activity we have at the school.
Amasomero agasinga gabivuddeko galimu results zokka bubonero buna bubonero ku first grade naye bino nabyo biri ki bikulu. Co-curricular activities are very important for the students or for the pupils. So our dear parents, thank you very much for allowing the school to run such a program. Other schools will say, let our kids do extra classes, let them do exams instead of spending time for the sports day. So thank you very much. Nakasero Primary School, as I talk now, is going to be one of the model schools in the city. Dear parents, I also want to appreciate you parents so much for coming and addressing these children of ours. Dear parents, Banaga Bazade, thank you so much, dear parents. And I want to humble myself and say, please, this is just a beginning of an end. We are just beginning today, but we are yet to see very many good things in the primary school. Thank you for coming.
Primary 3, yes, come, Ilande, Impala, yes, followed by.
Aseswayo, an international volunteer group affiliated with the Church of God, has conducted a significant cleaning exercise in the suburb of Kulambiro in Kampala. With a presence in 175 countries and stemming from 7,500 churches worldwide, Ases emphasizes biblical teachings centered on God. Take a look as Kaya reports.
The cleanup initiative in Kulambiro reflects Aseswayo's broader commitment to sustainable development and environmental stewardship. Volunteers, motivated by a nurturing spirit akin to that of a mother, dedicated themselves to improving the local community by cleaning debris, picking up litter, and enhancing public spaces.
Actually, people in this area, they don't know the exact way to dispose of things like pampers. So most of the things that we collected are plastic bags and then too many pampers everywhere. Almost the whole area was full of pampers. So people here, we are going to educate them on how to dispose of such materials so that they don't put them in the environment to cause diseases to other people.
Community leaders and residents commended Aseswayo for their proactive efforts in beautifying and maintaining a clean environment in Kulambiro.
This engagement has been so wonderful because it has encouraged us and the people around. We have promoted general cleanliness because if we clean our society, we prevent ourselves from diseases which can attack us. Various diseases we can get from when the area is not good and when it's not clean. What I encourage our masses, our people we represent, that to clean our places so that we can work in a clean environment, and we make our country move forward.
Says WOW's initiative in Kulambiro underscores their global mission to positively impact communities through volunteerism and adherence to biblical principles.
Our goal is actually to make a sustainable future to be bright for all mankind and the earth. So we are enjoying it and we are doing it with the love of God.
So that Kaye, UBC News.
The Rotary Club of Bugolobi has celebrated the new leadership of Professor Ben Chidejera and reinforced their oncoming commitment to community service. Stephen Mwanje and Professor Ben highlighted the club's transition from social entity to research-oriented organization, establishing crucial governance structures. Kai reports.
Reflecting on his journey, Stephen Mwanje reinforced his belief in the power of the organization and the importance of effectively communicating the club's benefits.
The best clubs in terms of supporting the foundation is actually Bugolobi. People here support the foundation effortlessly. I come to this club twice every year to do nothing but just to appreciate people giving to the foundation. And you can see the members here, you know, none of them stands out as a very rich person or whatever, but they are all rich at heart. And I want to say, Professor, you have taken over a very good club. These are very friendly people. Those guys, they are very nice people. Travel with them wherever you see, Bugolobi stands out. Very friendly, very supportive, very generous.
Professor Ben Chidejera, who succeeded Sam Kuloba Watasa as the club's president, expressed his gratitude for the confidence placed in him.
And as we start a new Rotary year, let us therefore have a renewed sense of purpose for our club and for the Rotary movement in general. Our club has a strategic plan which will be reviewed to ensure that it remains relevant. And I'm committed to working closely with all members of the club to set relevant targets and goals and to implement strategic initiatives that will elevate our club to a higher level.
He praised the ongoing president and the board for their remarkable contributions, even in the face of illness.
And this year's theme, the Magic Rotary, and we are being called upon through this theme to recognize and amplify the organization's power to save lives. We therefore need to rededicate ourselves and really raise the bar in the work that we do in the movement.
The new president outlined the club's focus areas, increasing membership, enhancing participation, and amplifying impact through signature projects like child innovations and medical outreach. The event also celebrated the induction of Mercy Patricia Achen as the new president of the Rotaract Club of Bugolobi, replacing Rebecca Atkunda. With a clear vision and a dedicated team, the club is poised to continue making a positive impact on society. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Minister of Lands Judith Nabakoba has commended private schools for their support to the government in the education sector. Nabakoba made these remarks during the 25th anniversary celebrations of Mitiana Modern Senior Secondary School, which is headed by Godfrey Mbalide.
yadde nga gavumenti eba etaddewo enkola n'okulaba nti amasomero nga gano nago.
Moving on from that, the Lions Club of Kampala East President-elect Lion Hilda Mjenyi announced that during her term in office, she will prioritize childhood cancer patients and increase awareness on the issue. She made this announcement during her installation as the 5th president at an event held at Kampala Club in Kampala District.
An estimated 2,000 new cases of childhood cancer are diagnosed every year, highlighting the critical need for support.
Now in Uganda, an estimated 2,000 new cases of cancer diagnosis in children are made every year. And the thing is that these new cases, the 2,000 is actually an underestimate, because we know with our health-seeking behavior, most of the children do not actually reach the tertiary health facilities where they can be diagnosed. Some of them may die before getting here, and this is because they are seeking care in among traditional healers in the lower health facility.
The new president of the Lions Club of Kampala East, Hilda Mugenyi, wants her tenure to focus on humanitarian support to Monologue outpatient ward for children who are suffering from cancer and aiding diabetes patients, among other initiatives.
During this Lionistic year 2024-25, we shall definitely deliver services to the community following the global causes of Lions. There's diabetes, there's cancer in children, there's vision, there's hunger, there's disaster, and the youth. We are going to support Mulago Hospital, the outpatient ward for children living with cancer who are undergoing treatment. We want to create a child-friendly space for these children, so that when they are undergoing treatment, they still feel, love.
Pledges of over 20 million Uganda shillings were mobilized to support the projects the club aims to implement during this tenure. The club also had Regina Kakuba installed as the legal president to oversee the Young Lions activities.
But if I may highlight just a few of the things we shall do. Every year we hold a vision eye camp in collaboration with Mengo Hospital. So we shall certainly have an eye camp to help people who are visually challenged to access at least diagnosis and treatment if we can. Number 2.
Additionally, the club plans to start a reading club for children living in Naguru.
We'll start a reading club for our children in Naguru Go Down because we want to promote literacy.
Lion clubs are associated with compassion, integrity, and service. And I wish that those members of the Lion clubs or the Rotary clubs would put in practice what the fundamentals of those organizations.
Crispus Adinitwe, UBC News.
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere weewaawo abafere gye bali naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable.
Oh, you like to stay fresh. You wanna compete, I'll be my girl. Lighting. I did make a lighting up.
Hi, my name is Rachel Nduhuchiri and I am a Ugandan actress and the winner of the Africa Monologue Challenge 2023. Now, thanks to your immense support, the Africa Monologue Challenge Season 2 is coming to Uganda between July 25th and August 20th. Africa Monologue Challenge is looking for passionate Ugandan storytellers to take part in a Pan-African short film that will showcase Uganda to the rest of the world. To be a part of this, all you have to do is weave a captivating narrative that captures Uganda's cultural heritage while fostering connections between 10 diverse individuals from 10 African countries. This short film will be shared to over 50 film festivals. Now, to find information on the AMC 2024 finalists, visit www.africamonologue.com. Please submit your short script, which should be 10 pages for a short film between 10 to 15 minutes, to africamonologue@gmail.com before 30th June 2024. Now, let's talk about rewards. The selected script will have the writer's full name in the end credits. You will get a chance to collaborate with amazing filmmakers from all over the world. You will get a small token for your creativity, and you remain with full ownership of your script. Let's work together to create a Pan-African film that will echo African stories throughout the world.
Cheers to something refreshingly different. Putting the brakes on a fast-paced world. Slowing down. Just enough to stand out. Cheers to the beer that does it differently. Brewed longer for extra refreshment. Refreshingly Club. Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Chomdisha. Emyuga Savings and Credit Cooperatives have been urged to prioritize gradual growth than being overly ambitious that can land them into financial constraints. While embarking on Emyuga Beneficiaries Exchange visit in 28 constituencies in the 12 districts of Kampala zone, Emyuga intervention has delivered hope of a shaped economic future of the beneficiaries, especially in governance.
Realizing economic transformation in the 68% home state countrywide is a journey that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has walked, with the financial stand extended to the 18 Emyuga categories per constituency to actualize job and wealth creation. Nakate Florence is a resident and a member of Mwende Municipality Veterans Emyuga Sacco, who opened her doors to financial growth through direct production by using a 1.5 million shillings fund she received under a Emyuga program.
And I topped up 700,000 and I bought this cow when it was 8 months about to produce.
Nakate's trek to prosperity is equally a result of applying manure generated from cattle to support her banana plantation and other agricultural fields.
I benefited by getting milk from these cows because I sell that milk. A litre it is 1,000 and I get 8 litres per day.
Nakate is not alone in the success basket of Emyuga. The performance of Mwende Municipality Persons with Disability Sacco is equally impressive, not only to members but also to the area resident commissioner, Festus Bandeba.
Success stories will end up in very good yields, whereby our SACCOs will actually, the future of our SACCOs is so good. And I appreciate the NRM government.
The bigger the numbers in SACCOs, the better for the SACCO, if they have integrity. If you are given the responsibility, you must ensure you perform to the expectations of those who have chosen you to lead them, because you are leaders.
Despite the progress, the microfinance zonal manager for Kabalole, Emmanuel Mboga, has advised Emyuga SACCOs to prioritize gradual growth.
SACCOs that are still very young should not ambiguously recruit highly educated people because their cash flow are still low to pay expensive workers.
The exchange visit has also been extended to Bunyangabu Beekeepers Cooperative, which is equipped with apiculture skills.
We focus on youth because youth, they easily adjust to the modern ways of beekeeping practices.
Emyuga visiting team from Kabalole during the peer-to-peer learning exercise, Emyuga beneficiaries testify of a jovial future.
Inside their homes, it is very, very nice of now. So we thank the President of Uganda
for initiating Emyuga
we have studied about increasing our share capital, which is the base for all the cooperatives and circles.
The team also visited other thriving savings and credit cooperatives in the region, including Rwenzori Diocese Sacco and Chihindo Tukwatanize, among others.
The Office of National Chairman has said that it will investigate allegations where a number of youths did not receive funds for the parish development model in Mayuge district. This was during a fundraising function for Bugade Sacco, where Office National Chairman donated various items to various groups.
Enterprises, and we're also going to use the fund in sensitizing and training the communities in appreciating the role of education transformation, and as we encourage them to take children to school, we shall be able to check the low literacy level, and we shall be able to check the insecurity caused by idle youths, and also check the challenge of early marriages and the early pregnancy within
Now, lastly, in our sports stories, Rays of Hope Hospice, I beg your pardon, yes, in Hospice Ginger has been at the forefront of fighting cancer and offering palliative care services in Busoga region and beyond. Their efforts were yesterday boosted by a generous donation of 8 million Ugandan shillings from the Uganda Bikers Association. The two have been partners for long, and each year, and the big bike enthusiasts visit Rays of Hope for an annual cancer awareness and donation day. Cancer awareness ranks high on the Uganda Bikers Association core values, which also includes road safety, HIV prevention awareness, and tourism, among others. Take a look as John Bansentama reports.
Are friends and partners with the Uganda Bikers Association, and each year we have an event where the Uganda Bikers Association visit the Rays of Hope Hospice Ginger to provide us with anything that we have asked them to provide, but also to touch base and get a report of what has been happening over the years and what plans we have for the next year. The bikers have gotten an interest in supporting the work that we do, and so in partnership with them, we are taking care of the patients in the Busoga region. And these patients are patients with cancer, patients with HIV, at a critical stage of life where they are very, very sick. So that's what we have been doing at Uganda Bikers over the years.
We've come to the end of UBC News Tonight that commenced at exactly 2 minutes, actually at 2 minutes past 10 p.m. and now it's 2 minutes to 11 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sharon Chomdusha. Have a good evening. May God bless and have a lovely week ahead of you. Bye-bye.
Welcome once again to our daily weather reports from the Ghana National Meteorological Authority. I'm Jasper Ainebuna. Most of us could have noticed a lot of dust particles in the atmosphere together with the hazy conditions. These are due to the winds that are coming all the way from Karhau Desert blowing towards our country. And tomorrow we're expecting sunny conditions over most parts of the country. The same weather across central eastern parts of the country, sunny conditions together with the partly cloudy conditions will be expected. As we cross to the western stretch, to the same weather conditions, sunny intervals with a mixture of partly cloudy conditions. Northern parts of the country, it is a similar weather forecast that will prevail for some time. And later in the afternoon, Kampala is likely to have partly cloudy conditions. Temperatures will be around 28 degrees Celsius. Nakasongola, partly cloudy conditions. Temperatures will be around 29 degrees Celsius, as well as Mubende, partly cloudy conditions, and temperatures will be 29 degrees Celsius. As we continue to the eastern parts of the country, we are only forecasting light rains across central, and temperatures will range from 29 to 28 degrees Celsius across several districts there. As we cross to the western parts of the country in the afternoon, the same weather conditions will prevail and temperatures will be around 29 degrees Celsius, Kigezi Highland, and also in Masindi it will be around 30 degrees Celsius. Much of the weather, it will not change as we go to the northern parts of the country, though. We're likely to have light rains across several parts of the country, and temperatures will be around 29 to 30 degrees Celsius across Kitgum, and in Arua 30 degrees will be expected, partly cloudy conditions. And across the globe, we are anticipating sunny intervals around Cairo, and temperatures will be around 39 degrees Celsius. As we continue to Dubai, sunny intervals will be expected, and temperatures will be around 42 degrees Celsius. For London, it is partly cloudy, and temperatures will be around 21 degrees Celsius. Thank you so much for paying attention to our daily weather forecast. For more information, our website is always open. Good evening.